Hey, what's up guys, TheCampingRusher here. Today we're talking more info about Fortnite OG, it potentially becoming a permanent separate mode. There was an update in the files with our update yesterday. And of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we've got a free battle pass very close. Should be releasing in the next week or two, and we've got more info and then plenty more. Stick with me, we got a big one here. So let's start with the TMNT stuff. We talked about it on update night. Fortnite times Shredder. It goes so hard. Like, I'm such a fan of this. This should be the top reward in the free / maybe the paid for track of the mini battle pass we should be getting with the TMNT part 2 event. I'm expecting this to start with our next downtime update, which will be February 6th. Probably. We should get more leaks by then about this. But yeah, the classic where some of the stuff you can get for free, level up, but then you'll have to pay probably 1,000 V-Bucks to unlock the top half, get all the challenges, etc. And this will be the top skin. There'll be quests attached. There's a new mythic item coming as well, and a potentially new POI. There's lots planned, so this season just keeps getting better. It feels good to have Epic back from vacation. Here's a high quality look at all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles event teasers. We are getting teasers. There's going to be 3 parts to it, and you'll see it in game, basically in the lobby, and we'll get a countdown. Again, I assume this countdown happens probably before the downtime update. I would think downtime update we would launch with the TMNT. Now, this wasn't the only cool skin news to come out of the update. Fortnite has added 10 to be determined promo descriptions for the encrypted cosmetics that will come to the item shop over the next few weeks. This includes Shredder and, of course, more Family Guy skins. And then there's others we don't even know about yet. There's a ton of collabs coming, and these are the only 2 we know about. We don't know which Family Guy skins are coming. We just know there's more, as there is an item shop tab added for Family Guy stuff. I will let you know as soon as we get an update on this, so subscribe, of course, turn your noties on. I'm your guy. Keep you up to date on everything, of course, and that includes this. Fortnite now has an FOV slider that caps at 75 minimum and 105 maximum. This was so random, out of nowhere. People have been wanting this for the longest time. A lot of games have this. Usually it is better and more optimal to have maximum FOV. This basically means you're more zoomed out from your character so you can see more around you. It is an advantage. It will be a little weird getting used to aiming and stuff like that, but try it out, mess with the FOV a bit, find your happy place and go from there. It's definitely worth messing around with and looking into. They also have 6 new Fortnite Festival songs releasing this Thursday, and I've got them in front of you. Some 9 Inch Nails, some Olivia Rodrigo, and U2. 2 songs from each of those artists. There we go. Now, I know we talked about before the update icon skins. All the icon skins were supposed to release, I believe, yesterday or today. Whatever it was, it doesn't matter anymore, as they've been delayed by a week to release in the item shop. And the main reason for them to re-release all these icon skins is they now all have Lego styles. So we don't really know what happened. Gref G just talked about it. And so, still coming, just not yet. And then also in other news regarding Gref G, apparently he asked Epic Games if they could change his icon skin's face to be more like him, but Epic said no. So it seems that once skin is set, is released, even if a big creator like Gref G asked for a little switch to make it more realistic, it's set in stone. It's not happening. I've got ranked rocket racing going on in the background right now, and there's a reason for that. There was, of course, a update for rocket racing. Now, it's a little frustrating because there's 2 new maps. That's one of the big pieces of this new update. 2 new advanced tracks. It's Lazy Lake 2. You got to be gold 1 or higher to play this in ranked racing. And then there's K2 Raceway Duh. And you got to be plat 1 at least to unlock it in ranked racing. I'm plat 2, so I have access to both of these. I swear I queued so many games I could not get one of these maps to go. And then I queued for like 15 minutes total in the non-ranked versions. I still could not find these maps. So a little bit of a frustrating thing there. I like rocket racing. I was really excited to play these new maps, but there was like no way to do it. it. I mean, obviously it would eventually came up if I kept queuing, but my thought would be when you release new tracks, make them more likely to appear in ranked racing, because there's just not enough people playing the non-ranked mode to really get in and play the maps individually. Just a little complaint from a guy that likes rocket racing. But yeah, on top of that, there's a couple other things, new customization options for trails. You can personalize the dust that you leave on the racetrack while drifting past the pack. And soon these trails will be eligible for cross-game ownership. That means if you own it in Rocket League, you own it in Fortnite, and vice versa. Obviously, they're going to try and do this with every single cosmetic, which, again, I'm a big fan of. I play both games. I'm a big Rocket League fan as well. And then they improved mobile touch options and some major improvements and bug fixes. Some of the big ones there, I got them all in front of you, but air dodging is now smoother when landing. I could tell that right away. Car collision is now less severe, another big one. And just improved overall CPU performance, especially for lower end devices. I got the rest in front of you, but those were the ones that really stood out to me in my session today. Augments. Epic Games has said they are currently reevaluating augments, which is why the Activate Augments milestone has been removed. So again, we've talked about this many times this season. There are so many augments. They have a full set of new augments ready to go for this season, and we knew something was off because they obviously have backed off, and it looks like they're planning, they're still planning to release this, but I mentioned from the start, like having the new mods, the new weapon types, mixed with the augments, you can probably have some really overpowered combinations. So they really got to work on balancing it before it's released. That's my thought, my opinion here. And there already feels like there's so much customization with the mods. I like the augments. I'm pretty indifferent to them, honestly. So yeah, I don't even think they're necessary. I wouldn't be against them coming. That's where we're at, and I'll keep you up to date. Now, the biggest piece of news I would say today, and by the way, if you're a Lego Fortnite fan, there was a massive Lego update. I'm saving that for our next video, as it's too big to talk about. It needs its own section, and they've overhauled Lego. They added some really good stuff, but we're talking Season OG. Huge news from our recent update. For some reason, a playlist tag was added for Season OG. This could mean that the Chapter 1 map, or OG map in general, whatever chapter it is, will have its own separate game mode in the future. The tag equals Athena playlist Rufus. And Athena is, of course, the code name for Chapter 1 map. So this does make us lean towards them doing Chapter 1 once again. The other piece we already knew about this, we'll expand here in a second, but Fortnite OG's 2024 version might be different to last year's version of it. We've talked about this. Epic Games has mentioned that they're thinking of ways to make sure that it's just not the same as last time. They want to do OG again. It was obviously a huge hit. A lot of people came back, but they're going to switch it up. They're doing something different. How far does this take it, right? Like last time we just had Fortnite OG took over the game. Now it's looking like for sure Fortnite OG is going to be getting its own playlist. And in my opinion, if it has its own playlist, you'd think they would keep it permanent. Or are they going to use scarcity tactic, right? Keep it in for a little bit, take it away so that we get more excited when it comes back. That's how I would do it. And even as a player, I don't mind that. It'll keep me excited every single time. Whereas if they just keep it forever, I might lose the hype. I will lose the hype. It's how I'm wired. It's how humans are wired, right? So we'll see what they do. But will the game mode be enough of a switch, or will they bring Chapter 2 back? That's the big thing. We think Fortnite Chapter 2 OG is the next move. I think it's the obvious move. Why not? I would love that. And then go back to Chapter 1, like keep switching it up. You can even do Chapter 3 eventually, right? Like everything ends up being OG the longer we go into the future here. So I think there's just a lot of potential here, but the big news out of today is potentially a permanent game mode or semi-permanent game mode separate from Fortnite, normal Fortnite chapters. So both will be happening concurrently, right? Thanks for watching, you guys. Touch that like button. Take care. Talk soon. Code TheCampingRusher. Goodbye.